100,000 subscribers. I truly never thought this day would come, and because it has, I've decided to give y'all my untold story. And to do that, I basically took y'all up here where I grew up on the farm, and I'm gonna kind of show y'all a little bit about where I went to school, some of the places I grew up fishing, and we're just gonna tie this whole thing together and basically, like I said, give y'all my untold story. This right here is where I grew up. We are in the small town of Tibby, Alabama right now, and this is kind of some farmland. We got goats, cows out here, but more importantly, one of the first places I can ever remember fishing growing up is right here in this pond. I do have a rod and reel. We're gonna go over here, see if we can pick up a couple bass out of it. This is pretty much what my weekends looked like when I was in high school and middle school. And yeah, it's just, you know, when I was in the moment growing up out here, I didn't, like, to me, I think back then probably I was like trapped, not a lot of people around, you know, really nowhere to go and explore and do new things. But as I get older, I miss this place more and more every day, and just feel a connection to it every time I'm up here. So we're gonna throw a lure around, show y'all the pond I pretty much grew up fishing. There's actually a snake swimming across the water right out there. Yeah, lots of snakes up here, but yeah, we'll just throw around, see if we can catch a fish real quick, and then I'm gonna take y'all up, show y'all my high school and some of the community lakes that I fished growing up. Pop this hoodwink in here, see if we can get a bass on it. Got a little shaky head jig head on it, and we'll just bounce it around, pick up a fish or two. There he is. And they're about as big as I remember them being growing up. Oh, come here, little fella. Yeah. Yeah, we never really had giant bass. I mean, we have caught maybe some 3. There might have been a couple of 4 or 5 pounders over the years, but for the most part, they were always small. At one point in time, we did have striped bass that we stocked the pond with, and many different things over the years, but it's mainly been known for its amazing brim fishing. There are some giant brim in here. I do got some worms. I'm gonna take the kids out here tonight and let them throw around some of these stumps and try to pick up some brim. But lots of catfish and brim, and plenty of bass too. But like I said, the bass have always been a little on the smaller side. There he is. Oh, that one's a little bit bigger. Not by much. Probably about the same size. Heck, it could be the same fish. I bet if we put a tag in them, you could catch the same fish over and over in these ponds right here. There he is. Uh-oh. Ah. All it took was a couple casts just moving down this bank, and we got us 3 bass. Now, if you do want to fry some fish, it's not a bad size for it. We're gonna let these guys go. We're gonna go ahead, load up now, and I'm gonna head into town, see if we can find us a lake. So now we're entering the small town of Chatham, and this is where we went to school right here. We graduated with about, I don't know, it felt like it was probably 35, 40 people. Where I went to school, there were only 2 classes of about 20 students each. You had the smart class, and then you had everybody else. I'll let y'all figure out which group I belong to, but yeah, this is where we went to school. Chatham, Washington County High School. And this is where we played football. I was a cornerback back in high school. I was about 145, 155 pounds, a little skinny fella. And this right here is the lake my mom used to drop us off at. We would pretty much just walk around this thing, fishing the perimeter all day long. She'd come get us in the evening, and I really learned a lot about bass fishing and just fishing in general by being out here on the weekends. I'm sitting here looking at a decent bass right under that limb. That's gonna be a tough flip. Oh, I popped it right in there on his bed. Yeah, she's got a bed right there. might come out and eat that thing. Yep. Got him. There we go. Sight cast that guy right off the bed. Come here. Well, that's a little bit bigger than what we were catching back home. That was so crazy. And this is by no means a promotion of the Hoodwink, but we do use a natural or a neutral density plastic. So I didn't even hardly move that plastic on that bed, and she came right out from under there and bit. Man, just like I remember it. All right, go get bigger, girl. Fish are a little bit more stubborn here than I remember them being. Well, now that y'all have had a little bit of a glimpse into my childhood going into high school, when I turned 17, I wanted to join the military. The first branch of service that I went to was the Coast Guard. Obviously, with me having a love for the water, it just made sense. So it was like Coast Guard, maybe Navy, something like that. I just wanted to be on the water. And through that, went to see a Coast Guard recruiter, and they informed me that it would be a 3-year wait to get me into basic training. And me being a very impatient human being, I was eager to leave this town and try to do something different with my life. So I ended up joining the Alabama Army National Guard at 17. I did the split op program. So I went to basic training during my junior year of high school, and then after I graduated my senior year, I went back, did AIT, and I joined the military as a 31 Bravo, which is a military police officer. Crazy enough, growing up, like, I always felt like I was going to be a police officer. I wanted to do something where I could leave my mark on the world, and I felt like emergency services was it. So either police officer, EMT, firefighter, I felt like that was kind of my calling. However, life had other plans. There were other opportunities that kind of jumped in the way. In 2006, I ended up doing my first tour overseas in Iraq. Came home for a little while, really didn't know what to do with my free time, and kind of lived a little recklessly, if we're being honest. Ended up volunteering for my second deployment in 2009, went back to Iraq. After coming home from my second deployment, I knew that I had to do something with my time. And I knew that, like, growing up, I loved to fish, and I now lived in Mobile, which is right there on the coast, surrounded by saltwater. Not a lot of good freshwater fishing opportunities in the area, but we're just surrounded by saltwater. There was just one problem. I knew absolutely nothing about saltwater fishing. YouTube was kind of a new thing. It was popping off, and so I went to YouTube and pretty much learned everything I know about saltwater fishing through YouTube. And that kind of sparked a curiosity in me. I always wondered what would happen if I started my own channel. One of my biggest regrets in all of this is just really not starting the moment I knew that I needed to start a channel. I waited so long. I started YouTube in like saltwater fishing stuff in like 2012, 2011. I didn't launch my channel until 2016. Now, I will say that saltwater fishing is not much different. At least the inshore aspect of it is not like, if you just go out there and fish for redfish the same way that you fish for bass, you're gonna catch redfish. I didn't know that at the time. I thought you had to do all sorts of stuff with live bait and popping corks and leader and all these different knots I didn't know. Anyways, yeah, I learned everything I know on YouTube, and I really wish that I had started my channel a lot sooner. But we did start it. We started it in February of 2016. And that's kind of where this whole thing has come from. And if I'm just leveling with you and being 100% honest, I never knew that YouTube would be as competitive and as difficult as it is. I was watching other videos and other people, and it just looked like I was seeing these simple videos that had hundreds of thousands, if not millions of views on them. And I thought, man, well, there's really not too much special, you know, kind of had a feeling like, this might be an easy thing, let's get into it. Well, I was greeted with a rude awakening, and it took so long to get any real momentum. I mean, I was 3 or 4 years in before I hit 5,000 subscribers, and this year marks our 10th year. We're just over our 10th year on YouTube. It's absolutely insane to think about. But if you'd asked me 3-4 years in if I was ever going to hit 100,000 subscribers, absolutely not. I'd have told you no way. Like, my growth was so small, and just like the views weren't coming. It took me so long to get that one viral video that would even do 30-40,000 views. But there was one thing about me, and still is, it's something that I don't know, it's just instilled in me, and that is to not quit. When you start something and you make the commitment to yourself, you see it all the way through and you finish it. And I just never gave up, never quit on myself, and here we are at 100,000 subscribers. It is absolutely insane to even think about. I'm gonna go now, get cleaned up, grab my kids. I think it's around 1 o'clock right now. Around 2:30, we're gonna head down to Mobile. We got people waiting on us at the house. We got a little bit of a celebration we're gonna go attend, so looking forward to that, and I'm gonna take y'all along with us. So Katie's got one job right now. What are you gonna do?
I'm gonna hold the camera.
You're gonna hold the camera. We'll see how it goes. All right, that is your camera right there. You don't have to touch anything, okay?
Hey guys, this is our house.
All right, you ready?
Wow.
Hey.
Hi! Are you supposed to be recording? Are you recording? Hi, Dad. Did you guys have fun?
Yeah?
Where's Daddy? You got all scratched up, dude.
I don't know.
Can you say hi? Yeah, I know. Look, mommy balloons. Congratulations.
Thank you.
And cupcakes.
What's up, man? Man, did you make it to Moe's?
Yes,
Can you hold
barely.
this for me?
I stopped at
Yeah.
2 gas stations.
The cheese. Oh wait, it's this way. Cheese.
It's hard.
Fly fishing is hard. You know what else is hard? My daughter holding that camera, because I don't know what she got on film. Hopefully it's some good stuff. I gave her the camera when we got out of the car. This guy right here, 100,000 subscribers. How insane is that? I will say this, y'all. 100,000 subscribers, absolutely. None of that is possible without y'all. So I know throughout this video, this whole thing was me telling y'all kind of my story, my background, a lot of stuff y'all probably had no clue about me or whatever. And but at the end of the day, like, it really comes down to y'all. None of this is possible without y'all, the viewer, hitting that like button, commenting, and just following the channel and the journey. This has been 10 years in the making, and I honestly don't know what the next 10 years brings, but I do appreciate each and every one of y'all being here for the journey. Appreciate y'all watching this video. If y'all would hit that like button one last time, comment with any questions, subscribe if y'all haven't already, and we will see y'all in the next one.